Do not click contact agent when you are searching for homes online. Look, just like the rest of you, I am a sucker for scrolling through Zillow and Redfin and looking at homes that I have no business looking at, that I will never be able to afford, but it's a dream and I get it. But I have seen too many military families end up with terrible representation, endless unsolicited reach outs, and extreme frustration because they've chosen this path. This video is gonna be a behind the scenes deep dive into what actually happens when you choose to hit the contact agent or request a tour button on your favorite real estate site. And here's a spoiler. You are not getting connected to the agent that you think you are getting connected to. There is so much going on behind the scenes, and this video is gonna provide you with an understanding of the process and then helpful tips to avoid falling into this trap. The major online real estate companies and websites are lead generation platforms and advertising platforms. When you are searching for homes on their site, you are the product. Your information and your data is what is making these companies money. When you hit contact agent or request a tour, your complete user profile, which includes your contact information, properties of interest, your recent search history, and even links to your social media platforms are sent to a real estate agent who has paid to be on their list. And like, I get it. For a lot of you out there, you may be like, okay, sweet, so what? Like, how else are they gonna get in touch with me? At this point, I'm kind of desensitized to my information being out there. And that's totally fair. I'm with you there, to be honest. But I think the average consumer, the average military family would expect a certain level of qualification or vetting about the agent who is actually receiving that information on the other end. But here's the sobering truth. Nope. For many of the platforms out there, there are zero checks whatsoever. No background check, no vetting, no making sure that the agent who is receiving these leads is actually qualified to do a good job in any way whatsoever, especially for my military families. Again, military families utilizing the VA loan is a unique niche aspect of real estate that the vast majority of real estate professionals do not have a lot of experience in. When you use these sites and specifically reach out via these sites, you are just being farmed out to whoever will pay for your data. That is the reality. And there is no check whatsoever on the number of reviews, the amount of production, the amount of military families they've represented, none of it whatsoever. Your data is literally just getting bought by whichever real estate agent wants to purchase that information. To show you what I'm talking about, I actually submitted an inquiry form to join one of these real estate services lead programs, to be one of the agents who received those consumer profiles, the information that would be generated by going through these sites. Because I wanted to show you the level of qualification and vetting that goes into the selection of the agents that are a part of these sites. In that conversation, I asked some questions to the sales representative about qualifying to be a part of this program. Check it out.
One of these things I'm interested in asking you, I just, I took a break from real estate, and so I haven't closed many transactions in the past, couple of years. Are there any requirements about that? Like, am I setting myself up for failure here if I haven't closed a bunch of transactions recently?
No, because we're going to send you the person's contact information and they're yours to work with and reach out to. So it's like, in the end, you're going to be on the phone with them and you're able to build your value and connect. That's the most important thing.
Sweet.
Sure, it helps to have a bunch of reviews and history of, closings, but at the same time, if you talk to them and you're able to build your value, I think you'll be fine with it. So it is something where we just send you the information and leads and then you'll be calling them.
Okay. Sweet.
You see what I mean? Zero qualification whatsoever. Zero requirement for production, for experience, for nothing. Literally just a license and a pulse, and a pocketbook deep enough to continue paying to receive these consumer profiles. When you choose this path, you are not being well represented. You are being exploited for your data. You are trying to be won and sold by agents who are trying to build a relationship with you first, agents who have paid a fee to this service in order to receive your data. And I wanted to understand this from the consumer side as well, because originally my skepticism was just about the back end, the industry. And I was like, well, maybe there just are good real estate agents who decide to sign up and utilize these services, and they will end up doing a good job. And so as a result, I decided to go through this pathway, actually pretending to be a consumer. as someone inquiring about actually buying or selling a home. Therefore, I searched for homes in Georgetown, Texas. This is an area that I know very well. My parents have lived out in that area in Williamson County for the past 7 to 8 years. It's an area that I've really grown to love and know a lot about. So I'd at least be able to be educated when I was asking questions to these agents about the area to get a sense if they were full of it or not. So I went to that site and said I was interested in contacting an agent about a property that was worth over $1 million, literally $1 million property in Georgetown, Texas, and submitted that information saying I was interested. At that point, I was connected to 2 different agents. The first agent was a guy who had never sold a home before. Now, I didn't know that off the bat. When I jumped on the phone originally with him, I started asking questions about his production, what level of experience he had selling homes in Georgetown, Texas. And he told me that he had done 14 transactions that year, which honestly, pretty smooth. I respect the hustle, but I was able to go and do a little bit of my own due diligence and check his history and user profile and production history and discovered that those 14 transactions were leases. He had only done lease agreements and had yet to sell a home in Georgetown, Texas. And yet that real estate site told me that he was the perfect agent to help me in my case. He was my dream team. And the second agent I was connected to, after my initial conversation with her, I discovered that she had only sold 4 homes and none of them in Georgetown, Texas. And again, as I started to ask her questions about Georgetown and asked her specifically about the subdivision that my parents lived in, she had never even heard of the subdivision. And these are the 2 agents that the major real estate company was saying were the perfect fits to represent me, to help me buy a $1 million home, to hire them, to pay them tens of thousands of dollars to represent me in the transaction. These were the people I was told to trust. And they were sweet people. They were really nice people. I'm sure they would have done whatever they could have to try and help me. They would have done everything in their power to figure it out. But I just want to highlight and I just want to emphasize that to these large real estate services, you are nothing but a data point. You are nothing but information and data that they can sell to agents who are hungry and hunting for business. And for you, in your biggest purchase of your life, is that who you want representing you? Because at the end of the day, you're going to hear me say this a lot on this channel. You are not working with a realtor. You are hiring a realtor. They are going to be compensated and compensated very well for their services. So you need to demand that you receive an exceptional service. But my number one frustration with military families is that they just accept fine. They accept mediocre because they're operating in an area that they have no idea about. They're operating on a condensed timeline and they just need to get something done. But that can backfire. I've seen it happen too many times. So please, my one ask, if you are still watching this video, is do not click on the contact agent button. Do your due diligence. If you are seriously considering buying a home, talk to family and friends. Talk to people who you know who have been in that area before, who may have insight or an experience that has been phenomenal with a real estate professional in the area. Start to utilize your network to get the word of mouth, to find someone, again, who has not just been okay, but has been phenomenal. I want you to do everything in your power and take it seriously so you do not fall into the trap of accepting mediocrity from your real estate professionals. If you don't have someone to go to, or you just want to have my help, which I would love, please, I'm gonna put my information on the bottom of the screen right now. It's also gonna be in the description. It'll be in the YouTube profile, but send me a text message. You can send me a text message right now. You can give me a call. You can send me an email. You can go into the Stan Store link and schedule a call on my calendar. I just wanna be able to be your bodyguard in the process if you need help. I will do everything in my power to make sure that you are being taken care of, that you are being well represented by a real estate professional who is an extremely high quality person and real estate professional who is good at their job, who understands the military experience and who has a lot of experience representing military families in the home buying process. And if you reach out to me, I'll even be able to get you a client credit to be applied towards your closing costs. If you wanna learn a little bit more about how that works, I will have a video at the end screen explaining my business model and what I'm doing to leverage my experience and my knowledge in the support of military families, so you can go check that out. In this video right now, we're not gonna do a deep dive about how to specifically be vetting your agents. But if that's something that you are interested in, then please subscribe to this channel, because that's what it's gonna be all about. We're gonna make videos like this, kind of exposing the back end behind the scenes of the real estate industry. We're gonna be providing some really easy to understand real estate education for military families, and we're gonna be doing it in a way that is entertaining and helpful. So if you wanna be notified about future videos that come out, then please take this opportunity to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when I release a new video. And if you ever have any questions or there's a topic you'd like me to talk about, then please feel free to shoot me a message or comment right now, and I'll do my best to get it covered. But for this moment, forget all the future videos. If this video was helpful for you, please hit the like button. It'll help the channel tremendously, and it'll help spread the word to other military families that would benefit from this information. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week.